listening to Coffee and Conversation with Recovery Advocate Network, the nonprofit organization that strives to address the staggering disparity in resource availability for individuals suffering from mental health disorders, processing disorders, addictions, trauma healing, and sexual identity challenges. Together, we strive to end the stigma associated with these challenges so that true healing can begin. Welcome back to Coffee and Conversations Between the Lines Blog Club series. This is episode number 56, where actor Spencer Garrett will read author Joshua Young's blog post entitled My Journey Beyond Toxic Masculinity to Emotional Liberation. Spencer has had a long career in acting, appearing in over 200 projects. He is known for his work in the movies Air Force One, Yes Man, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, as well as his reoccurring roles on For All Mankind and Bosch, to name a few. Spencer can currently be seen on HBO's Winning Time as legendary Lakers announcer Chick Hearn, and he's currently filming The Residence for Shonda Rhimes on Netflix, streaming this summer. In addition to volunteering for us at RAN, Spencer is passionate about his work with Project A.L.S, Broadway Care Equity Fights AIDS, SAY, the Stuttering Association for the Young, and the Motion Picture and Television Fund. You can find links to these charities in the show note. Between the Lines episodes are written by guests who prefer to use their written voice instead of their interview voice to share their stories. As a reminder, the views expressed in any blog are the views of the author, and the purpose is to provide a safe place for the author's voice to be heard. So, what are we waiting for? Fill up your coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get started.
My Journey Beyond Toxic Masculinity to Emotional Liberation, written by Joshua Young, read by Spencer Garrett. Throughout my life, I've been on a transformative journey that has reshaped my understanding of strength, masculinity, and emotional expression. This journey, fraught with the challenges of navigating childhood sexual trauma, depression, alcoholism, and societal pressures, has led me to a profound realization. Showing emotions is not just a natural aspect of being human, but a vital component of living a healthy and fulfilling life. As a child, trauma was an all too familiar presence, casting long shadows over my formative years. It was during this time that I learned to erect walls around my emotions, a survival mechanism to protect myself from further pain. This coping mechanism followed me into adulthood, reinforced by the societal doctrine of toxic masculinity, a narrative that equates emotional expression with weakness and insists that a real man must always be stoic, unyielding, and impervious to emotional distress. For years, I subscribed to this narrative, wearing a mask of normalcy, a false front crafted to present myself as the epitome of control and resilience. This mask was my armor against the world, concealing my inner turmoil and isolating me from genuine human connection. Underneath, however, the suppressed emotions festered, contributing to a deep-seated depression that threatened to consume me. The turning point came during a moment of overwhelming vulnerability. Faced with the unbearable weight of my suppressed emotions, I reached a breaking point. It was then that I allowed myself to do something that I denied myself for too long. I cried to my therapist, to my wife, to my best friend, and to my AA sponsor. This act of crying, seemingly simple, was revolutionary for me. It was an admission of my humanity, a release of years of pent-up sorrow, and a first step toward healing. This moment of release marked the beginning of my journey toward emotional openness. I learned the hard way that burying my emotions and adhering to a toxic narrative of masculinity only served to deepen my wounds. I realized that true strength does not lie in emotional suppression, but in the courage to confront and express one's feelings. Asking for help was another milestone in my journey. It required dismantling the deeply ingrained belief that seeking support was a sign of weakness. Instead, I came to understand that it is a profound act of strength. It signifies the recognition of one's limitations and the willingness to grow beyond them. By opening up to others, I not only found the support I desperately needed, but also discovered the power of vulnerability in forging deeper, more meaningful connections. The realization that toxic masculinity is a fallacy has been liberating. It has allowed me to redefine my understanding of what it means to be strong. True strength is not about maintaining an impenetrable facade. It's about being relatable, approachable, and, most importantly, human. It's about having the courage to show up authentically, embracing both your strengths and your vulnerabilities. Expressing emotions is critical to healing and living a healthy life for several reasons. Firstly, it facilitates emotional processing, allowing us to work through our feelings rather than letting them simmer beneath the surface. This processing is essential for healing from trauma and overcoming depression. Secondly, it breaks down the barriers of isolation. By sharing our emotions, we invite others to understand our experiences, creating opportunities for empathy, support, and connection. Lastly, emotional expression fosters self-awareness and growth. It encourages us to confront our inner selves, understand our emotional triggers, and develop healthier coping mechanisms. In reflecting on this ride, I've come to realize that emotional expression is not just a personal liberation, but a challenge to the societal norms that constrain us all. By embracing our emotions and rejecting toxic masculinity, we pave the way for a more compassionate, understanding, and emotionally healthy society. My trek from suppressing my emotions to recognizing their value has been long and filled with challenges. However, it has also been incredibly rewarding. I've learned that showing emotions is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to the strength of the human spirit. It's a vital part of healing, connecting with others, and living a genuinely healthy life. To anyone struggling with similar issues, know that it's never too late to start your journey toward emotional openness. It may not be easy, and it may require confronting deep-seated beliefs and fears, but the freedom and fulfillment that come from embracing your emotions are worth every step. Remember, showing emotions is not just about personal healing. It's about reshaping our collective understanding of strength, masculinity, and what it means to be human.
Thank you for joining us today with your coffee and conversation. We hope you've been encouraged and learned something from today's story. To learn more about today's guest, please check out our show notes for more details. Now it's time to remember to like this episode, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to ensure you do not miss future episodes. Recovery Advocate Network envisions a world where individuals with mental health challenges receive comprehensive and effective treatment without the worry of financial burdens to themselves or their families, all without the stigmas often present in society. We are proud that every individual worked with RAN does so on a 100% volunteer basis. You can support the mission by making a financial donation via PayPal or Venmo, or email donate@recoveryadvocatenetwork.org if you would like to donate items for our next fundraising auction. Please visit our website at www.recoveryadvocatenetwork.org to learn more. Now, stay in the loop about upcoming events, future episodes, and more by following us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, TikTok, LinkedIn, and all major podcast platforms. As a reminder, the experiences and advice expressed in this episode are the host and guest's own personal stories and do not represent the opinions of any organization mentioned. RAN is passionate about opening the doors for all voices and experiences, not just those expressed in any particular podcast. If you want to share your experiences or expertise, we encourage you to be a future guest by emailing us at podcast@recoveryadvocatenetwork.org or submit a blog by emailing blog@recoveryadvocatenetwork.org. We also encourage you to comment on the episode so that we can continue to provide content that is most beneficial to the community. How do you do that? Visit our website at www.recoveryadvocatenetwork.org, and in the top right corner, click that comment button and comment. So listeners, what do you need to do? Pause what you're doing, subscribe, follow us. Please give us a like and a 5-star rating, write some meaningful comments, and most importantly, share these episodes with your friends. You never know whose heart you will touch, so please be a part of a reason someone has new hope today. If this episode was triggering to you, we encourage you to contact your support system, therapist, national and community support groups, the Global Crisis Text Line by texting 741-741, and/or if in the U.S., dialing 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. If you're in the U.S. and need additional resources such as shelter, support group resources, transportation, food, and/or a safe, confidential path out of physical or emotional domestic abuse, please call 211 or visit www.211info.org for assistance. Now, we know you are very busy, and we are grateful that you said yes to sharing time with us today. If you stuck to our 3 C's of engagement and listened to the full episode, then visit the podcast section of our website and leave the comment about the podcast, and you'll be entered to win an autographed copy of one of the books from one of our book club series, as well as a Coffee and Conversation coffee mug. So thanks again. Until next time, back to your coffee.